new event has started in Hello Kitty Island Adventure. This is the Jamboree, and it's a short secondary 2-week event running right now through September 24th. When you first log in, there'll be a short cutscene telling you about the event, telling you that it's a party for games and jam, and they say it's about celebrating everything fruity and fun. They let us know that the Nulls will be wearing special hats, and they say that once a day you can talk to the Null who's running one of the games to play for the Jamboree, and that when you do, you'll earn jam jars, and that you can exchange those jam jars at the jam stand. Now, this opening dialogue and the patch notes may be a little confusing because it doesn't make it clear where these games are, so I think a lot of us were looking for new games when actually they just mean any of the existing mini games. So you can play any of the mini games and they will award you jam jars. It also says that we can do this once a day, probably making you think I can play one game each day or each game one time, and that is also not the case. You can get up to 5 jam jars each day. You'll get one each time you play any one of the mini games, and you can play the same mini game 5 times in a row in order to get your jam jars. So you don't have to play all the different games. You can if you want to, but if you have a favorite game, or if you just want to play the one that you feel like takes the least amount of time for you, you can just play that one 5 times each day and get your jam jars. The other great thing is you do not have to win the game, so you'll get your jam jars even if you lose. Currently, it does take your game tickets in order to play the games, and we're only collecting 3 game tickets each day on a normal day. I'm not sure if that may change in the future, but keep that in mind if you don't have all that many game tickets. Also, consider bringing Batsmaru with you because he will allow you to play 1 game each day for free, so that'll save you some game tickets too. And when you're playing the games, you still get your regular prizes from playing the game in addition to your jam jar. Once you collected your jam jars, go over and interact with the jam stand. This is where we can exchange our jam jars for new furniture items. We have the jam barrel for 2, the Jamboree bench for 5, the berry bucket for 1, the spool table for 5, the event stand for 5, the crate display for 3, the jam spool table for 5, wallpaper for 5, and the wagon for 10. Altogether, that's going to cost you 41 jam jars to get one of everything, and you're getting 5 jam jars each day, so you need to make sure you're playing at least 9 days, playing 5 games each day so you get your 5 jam jars if you want to get one of everything. If you miss a day of playing, that day is gone. It's not like with the pencil boxes where they'll accumulate. If you do miss a day of playing, that day is gone, so you won't be able to do, say, 10 on the next day. It'll still only be 5. So you will need to play all 9 days if you want to get everything. And of course, be sure to bring Tuxedo Sam with you so you have that chance to get duplicates. And this furniture is customizable. I only tried the bench so far, but it allowed me to change the color of the seat and of the green side parts. I thought it was gonna let me do like strawberries, peaches, and blueberries, but instead it lets you change the color of the wood. So we still need to see how you can customize the other furniture items. And of course, in addition to the furniture items, we have new login bonus items. So the new login bonus calendar is going to be how you get all the clothing for this event. On day 1, you get the Sky Jamboree overalls. You actually get 11 sets of overalls because you can dye them into different colors. We'll look at the colorways in just a minute. On day 3, you get the Strawberry Jamboree dress. Again, you get 11 of them. On day 5, you get the straw hat, also 11. On day 7, we get the Jamboree bonnet, of course 11 of them. And on day 9, we get the Jamboree bow, also 11 of them. And the reason we're getting 11 of everything is so that you can dye them into all 11 different colors. And all of the colors except for sky are fruit themed, meaning that these colors add beyond our standard color palette. So we have currant, this kind of really dark purple, raspberry, apricot, strawberry, peach, grape, blueberry, gooseberry, that's the bright green lime looking one, rhubarb for the light pink, and and blackberry. So you'll be able to get all 11 colors as long as you have the dye for it for each of the pieces of clothing in the event. The event calendar is 11 days long, but if you want to get all of the clothing, you only need to log in for 9 days. So if you play for 9 days, you do all 5 games. Each day that you log in, you'll be able to get all of the furniture and all of the clothing. And keep in mind, this event runs from September 10th through the 24th. But that's not everything in the event. We have a new event flower with this event. We were told this in the patch notes. These are petunias. Petunias grow only in magenta. They will be sprouting up randomly in Merry Meadow during the event period. So only for this 2-week time period, so make sure you have at least some plots that are empty. It doesn't feel like they're spawning as frequently as past flowers, and they're in a restricted area, so be sure to get them while you can. Even though they only pop up in Merry Meadow, you will be able to plant them in Merry Meadow, Seaside Resort, Spooky Swamp, and Gemstone Mountain. And like all of our event flowers, they come with a new pattern. This is the striped pattern. It looks just like a real petunia with that starburst stripes coming out from the center of the flower. You can get that pattern on petunias at any time of the year just by fertilizing them. However, remember, just like all of our other event flowers, when they're outside of the greenhouse, these are only going to breed during their event period. That means only during these 2 weeks. At least now we do have the greenhouse where they can breed year-round, but if you want to get other colors of them before you get the greenhouse or without using the greenhouse, be sure to plant your petunias next to pattern flowers in other colors so you have a chance at that color transferring. So you could plant your petunia next to an ombre violet tulia, and then you'd have a chance at getting a violet petunia. Be sure you're watering and fertilizing them every day and that there's empty plots nearby so that they have a chance to spawn those new seeds. And remember, just like all of our other event flowers, there are no seeds for petunias. So you cannot put these in the seed dispenser to create seeds. And if you try to dig up a petunia and it's still in that younger stage where it would normally turn into a seed packet, you'll get a little warning on the screen letting you know that if you dig it up now, it's just going to disappear. So you do need your petunias to get to that larger state so that when you dig them up, you'll end up with a seedling instead. Luckily, now that we have the greenhouse as an option, you will be able to plant them year-round in the greenhouse to be able to get all the different colors. And remember, the reason that we want to get petunias in all the different colors is so that we can transfer their unique pattern to other flowers. But I wouldn't worry about those transfers during the event period. During these 2 weeks, when you can breed these flowers anywhere, if you don't have the greenhouse especially, I would focus on trying to get as many colors as you can, since this is the only time they'll reproduce outside of the greenhouse. So I think that's everything you need to know about the Jamboree. If you think of other questions, be sure to post them in the comments below, or if you have additional tips about the event that might help someone else. If this video helped you, consider hitting the like button to help others find it as well. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island adventure content. We are going to have an exclusive hint for the new character coming this Friday on the channel, and the big 2.0 update bringing City Town to the game, a new area with a new character, is coming next week on Wednesday, September 18th, and we'll be streaming everything in the update. And of course, there'll be more video guides on the channel. Turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.